Hello, welcome to Yin Yoga. And today we're going to be getting into the hips quite a bit as we get into the first chakra, the root chakra, the grounding chakra. It's the chakra that's at the base of the spine. So if you want to think about it, it's a foundation for all of your other chakras. So as we get going here, I'll be giving you different affirmations around that. You can also focus on the color red. The red is the color of the first chakra. Props. Technically, you could do this class today without any props. So if you're someone who's really open in the hips, that's probably going to be the case for you. If you feel like you do need something, I'm sitting up on a blanket because my hips are a little bit tight today. And this I'm also going to use most likely when we get into sleeping pigeon or, sleeping swan or pigeon as a little bit of hip support. Again, you don't have to have it, but it feels really good if your hip doesn't come all the way to the floor. The blocks, if going into dragons and taking the forearms down to the floor is too much, you can put the forearms on a block, bringing the floor up to you. Or if you don't want to go down on the floor onto the forearms, you want to stay on your hands. And you're a shorter person, maybe those blocks can help you with that. The bolster, we're not going to really use it today for any of the poses. I just like it for Shavasana to lay my legs over that for a little bit more low back release. So grab what you need. Otherwise, let's get right into it. So finding a nice comfortable seat, just rooting those sits bones down into your space, sitting up nice and tall. So we're zipping up from the pubic bone to behind the navel. Good. Top, maybe not the top of the head, but you want to grow from the crown to the tail. So you want that length. Good. Maybe a slight tuck in the chin, lengthening the back of the spine. I've got my palms down here. That facilitates more of a grounding energy. And as we're here, go right into the breath if you can, expanding that rib cage on the inhale. And slowly exhaling it out. When you expand that rib cage, you don't want the shoulders to come up with you. You want to expand outward. So a way to kind of get there is if you are being seen by a medical provider and they've got the stethoscope on your back and they tell you to breathe deep, you're breathing into the back body. That's an expansion of the rib cage. That's the kind of breath that you want. If you've got the Ujjayi pranayama in your practice, that back of the throat constriction breath, you can do that here on the inhale, the exhale, or both. I'm going to encourage you to come back to that breath throughout the practice. Fingertips to the side, palms turning up, inhale and reach, taking palms up overhead, exhale, bringing them into heart center. So again, your intention can be just grounding. You can let your intention be the affirmations that I give you throughout, or simply focusing on the color red. And then once you have that set, let's inhale and reach. Let's get a nice side bend here, reaching over. So my shoulders and hips are in alignment. This arm, this top arm is nice and long. And I'm taking my rib cage out if I can. So just reaching, belly button is in. Feel that open up. And when you're ready, let's move through center, taking that into the other side, taking the rib cage out, reaching long with that top arm. And then once you're ready, good. We'll take that back up and reach, and we'll rotate, taking arms down, rolling shoulders back, looking a little bit behind you, breathing and expanding here. And then we'll inhale and lift. Exhale, rotate other side. Arms coming down, rolling shoulders back. Breathe and expand. And when you're ready, inhale to lift. Exhale, coming back center. And let's grow taller as we bring those arms down. Good. We're going to start off in a child's pose. So you can always have a blanket here for knee cushion if you need it. I'll also give you a little bit of a shoulder option here with the blocks in a moment if you've got those. And so I'm just going to take my blanket. I'm going to unfold it this way. Good. And then once you're ready, good. You can take your knees together. Actually, you know what? Let's do a few rounds of cat cows while we're here before we come into that. So just spread the fingers wide. We're on all fours. Knees are under the hips. They can be slightly wider if you've got a cranky low back, but belly button is in. Good. Taking the chest forward, tipping the pelvis back, nice cow pose. Exhale, pressing away, rounding, mad cat. Oh yes, this feels nice. Inhale. Exhale as you go through this movement. Say to yourself, I am grounded. I am grounded. Another way to say that is I am rooted. I am rooted, hence the name of the first chakra, also called the root chakra. Yeah, and then from here, once you're ready, going into the child's pose. The knees can be together. They can be as wide as your mat. They can be somewhere in between. You can make the big toes touch or not. Good. And for a moment, just kind of move forward and back wherever you decide to take your knees. Just kind of loosening up a little bit. And then once you're ready, take it back to the child's pose. We're going to be here for a couple minutes. So you can take your arms long in front of you, keeping a long spine. You can take the hands back by the ankles if you need that. If you want something a little bit more, getting into the armpit, you can take your block. And just have your arms over there and just kind of hang down in there. And this actually feels pretty good. So I'm going to take this one. So breathing, expanding. Remember, this is active. So we're zipping up from the pubic bone behind the navel. The belly button is in. Find Ujjayi if you can. I am grounded. I am rooted. I am safe. Always returning to the breath. If something doesn't work anymore, come out early. That's okay. Good. And then from here, once you're ready, carefully take the hands underneath the shoulders. We'll press ourselves up. Good. And once you come up from here, I'm going to move my blocks out of the way. We're going to come into a crocodile pose. So we're just going to come belly down here. Good. And I'm just going to make a little recovery pillow with my hands. My forehead's going to go on there. Good. And then from here, you can wiggle around if that would feel good to you. We're just going to be here for about a minute. Breathing. Just relax the shoulders here if you can. You're still breathing into the back body. Good. And then once you're ready, hands are going to come back under the shoulders and we're going to come up and we're going to have a seat. I'm just going to bring my timer back in here. Good. So we're going to come to a half butterfly, So those of you that are familiar with other forms of yoga, you can think of this as a half wide leg forward fold. And I'm going to continue to sit on my blanket here as I do this one. Here. And I'm going to start by taking my left leg out to the side. And I'm going to bring my right leg in here. Okay. So we're going to fold forward for this one. Okay. And we're going to do this for 3 minutes, I think. Good. Now, again, if you've got a bolster, you can always fill in space. You can put your blocks here, other folded blankets or pillows here. The goal is not necessarily to take the chest to the floor, but if you can do that, that's great. Otherwise, you can always cushion underneath this knee as well if you need to do that. Big inhale and lift. Exhale, long spine. We'll come forward, come right before your edge, and then take the hands down. Good, and breathe. So you don't want to go your full force in the beginning. You want to give your body space to be able to sink in and open up. So if you go 100% right off the bat, you don't give your body an allowance to do that. And as you breathe, your body will let you know if it is appropriate or not appropriate for you to sink deeper. I'm keeping my shoulders down. My back is flat for right now. My left leg, my toes, knees, and hips are still facing the ceiling. I didn't turn them inward when I folded. Good. Now my body telling me it's okay I can come here a little bit deeper for right now, so I'll take it. I kind of think about coming to about 90%. Some people need to only go about 85% if you've got, some kind of an issue going on. Breathing. I am grounded. I am safe. I am secure. I am secure. I'm still keeping my back as long as I can. Keeping shoulders away from ears. I'm staying with that breath. The belly button is in. Feel like I'm zipping up that front body. And then once you're ready, carefully walk up out of there. Good. If it would feel good to you to get a gentle rotation towards the left, take that gentle rotation towards the left. And when you're ready, we'll come back and we're going to set up for the other side. So from here, I'm going to take the right leg out. The left foot's going to come in. Good. Again, kind of find where you're comfortable. Sit up on a blanket or something if you need that. Support the back of this knee if you need that. And when you're ready, Big inhale and lift. Exhale, long spine, coming to about 85 to 90%. Then hands will come down. Hands can also be on a bolster if this is too deep, or blocks as well. Breathe and expand. I am grounded. I am safe. I am secure. I am rooted if you prefer that. Good. What about I choose to feel calm, grounded, peaceful, and secure. I choose to feel calm, grounded, peaceful, and secure. Remember, toes, knees, and hips will face the ceiling. You've got a long spine. Belly button is in. Shoulders are relaxed. We're expanding that rib cage. And if you do sink deeper, if that's appropriate, you'll want to do that on an exhale. One side might be more open than the other. Completely normal. Relax the face. Remember, I choose to feel calm, peaceful, and grounded and secure. Good. And then once you're ready, good again. From a tall spine, if it would feel good to you, get a gentle rotation towards your right. And coming back center. Good. Now, we're going to take this into dragons. This is also going to be, actually, it's going to be 2 minutes. Good. 2 minutes. So from your dragon, again, if you need to bring in knee cushion here, and I will, my knees are a little sensitive today. So I'm going to kind of undo here, bring this blanket back. Good. And I'm going to bring my blocks in, and I'm just going to show you a few things. Again, you may not need them, and that is amazing, but different things for different people. So I'm going to start by taking my right leg forward, okay, almost like I'm going to do a little bit of a lunge, okay? And then let's just move forward and back here for a moment. Just kind of getting the hip flexor prepped a little bit for what we're about to do. Good. And then you choose. Is this going to be your dragon? Are you going to have hands on the block, front heels grounded, knee is over or behind that ankle? I'm at a little bit of an angle here. Good. Blocks are also customizable, 3 different heights. You can also take your blocks at any height on the inside of the foot. You can take your hands down here, okay? You can take this leg out a little bit wider if that would feel okay to you, which is what I'm going to do. You can come to forearms. So for me, I'm actually, for my body, I'm going to keep my hands on my blocks in the lowest setting. Good. So I did take my leg out a little bit wider. You can also take this out into an external rotation. Hip, knee, and toe. Just turn out away from the body. Just kind of be where you need to be with your own body. You may not need blocks at all. You might need to take your, or might want to take your forearms all the way down. Some days I can do that, but today it's not going to be that day. And breathe. Wherever you are, keep shoulders away from the ears. So we don't want to be up here. We want to be nice and long. Belly button is in. I choose to be calm, grounded, peaceful, and secure. I am grounded. I am secure. I am safe. What about I let go of what I cannot change and do my best with what I can? I let go of what I cannot change and do my best with what I can. It's easier said than done, but it's also very grounding and freeing when we let go of the things that we can't change. Breathe and expand. Belly stays in and zipped up. And when you're ready, good. You can come back from there. Good. You'll come up. Good. And just kind of come back just for a moment, just a little bit of a counter. And then when you're ready, good, we will take that right to the other side. So now it's going to be your right knee that's going to be here. Your left leg's going to come forward. Good. So again, you can just kind of come forward and back a little bit here. Good. And then again, you go where you can go. Are you going to stay right here using blocks at any height? Are you going to take hands or blocks on the inside at any height? Are you going to go to forearms? Are you going to stay on block? Are you going to take your leg out wider? Are you going to turn it out to the side? Find what you need to do for you. I'm just going to do the same thing on each side here. Good. Belly button is in. I let go of the things I cannot change and do the best with what I have. I let go of what I cannot change and do the best with what I have. Stay with the breath. You can always come back to that color red. I choose to be calm, peaceful, grounded, secure. Remember, if you need to come out of here, please do so. Okay. Breathe. And once you're ready, the way that's best for you, we'll carefully come up out of there. Good. Bringing that leg back in the center. Good. Just get a little counter stretch there. And then from here, let's take this again into a little bit of a crocodile. So I'm going to come belly down to kind of let the hip flexors release a little bit. Just wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Breathe and expand. Good. And then once you're ready, good. Hands are going to come under the shoulders. And we're going to prepare to go into the sleeping swan, also known as pigeon. So, couple things here. If you're really tight in the hips, and you'll know that because the hip of the leg that you have forward, for example, if we go back to the right side, good, and I come back here, if this hip can't come down to the floor, please, please, please prop something under there for safety. We're going to be here for 3 minutes. If this whole thing is just too much for your hip, then what you can do is you can come onto your back and just be at a nice figure four. Okay. You can go back and forth between being here or being in here. It's the same hip opener, same hip rotation. It's kinder on the knee. It's a little kinder on the hip joint. So kind of take that modification if you need it. And then when you're ready, good. We will go ahead and come to the right side. So I'm going to take my right knee forward, okay? I'm externally rotating from the hip. So my hip, knee, and toe are going to turn out a little bit. So I've got about a 45-ish degree angle with my shin. It is not parallel to the edge of the mat. And then I'm going to reach this left leg back here, okay? Now, I'm almost to the floor. I'm not quite there today, so I'm going to bring in my folded blanket. Just lean over here for a moment. Okay. And I'm going to place that blanket right under here. Now, I've got it not just under the hip, but I've also got it under the whole pelvis. I've got it under the whole pelvis for support. Okay. And then once you're ready, good. You can come to forearms. Again, you can bring those blocks in here. This is where I'm going to start, is on the forearms. And then I'm just going to breathe. My belly button is still in. Now, this can get very intense very quickly for a lot of people for different reasons. So if you feel at any time any pain, numbness, burning, you will want to come out until you do not feel that. Okay. You might get an emotional release here. So that's going to kind of feel like your face is going to tense up a little bit, like you bit into a lemon or something really sour. You might shed a tear even though you're not really crying. It's just a release. Hopefully you're in a safe space to do that. That's your body getting rid of something that it's not serving it, doesn't need anymore. Breathing and expanding. Good. So I choose to feel calm, grounded, peaceful, secure. I let go of what I cannot change and do my best with what I have. How about I am right where I am meant to be? I am right where I am meant to be. If your hips creeped a little bit, consider taking that right hip back just a teeny tiny bit. And if you are using a prop, remember as you become more open and pliable, you can start to decrease your prop usage. Breathe, expand. Relax the face. And then from here, good. You want to carefully come out. If you're on your back, if you took that option and you know that that's what you're going to do on the other side, you can stay there. Just undo the legs, take your feet as wide as the mat, and windshield wiper. Those of you that followed me and did belly down, come back to all fours. Just do some little hip circles here. And then in the other direction. Good. And then when you're ready, we will take that to the other side. So from here, I don't know if I need this prop on the side. I'm just going to take it to the side in case. Good. Starting from all fours, left knee is going to come up towards the left wrist, hip, knee, and toe. We're going to externally rotate. So I've got that 45-ish degree angle here with that shin. I'm going to reach that right leg back. Good. Now this side, it appears I don't need a prop. So I'm just going to have it handy. And I'm just going to start up a little bit higher. Good. So come onto your back if you need to. Belly button is in. Square off the hips a little bit. And just breathe. Shoulders away from the ears if you're up. So I choose to be calm, grounded, peaceful, secure. I let go of what I cannot change and do the best with what I can. I am right where I am meant to be. I am right where I am meant to be. To simplify, I am grounded. I am safe. My mind is calm. I am secure. Breathe and expand. Maybe returning to the color red. Ready? And we'll carefully come up. Good. And when you're ready, good. If you're on your back, you can stay down there because we're going to come to our back next. If you just did the sleeping swan or pigeon, come back to all fours. Just take those little hip circles again. And then in the other direction. And then once you're ready, we're going to come onto our back. Now I'm going to bring my blanket back in here. I'm going to use that as a nice neck pillow. Good. So I come down here. Good. Now, from here, we're going to take this into a half happy baby, half happy baby. This is only going to be a couple minutes. So your other leg, we're going to say your left leg, can reach long in front of you, or it can stay bent, and that's just going to depend on how you feel in the back. Otherwise, I'm going to bring in my right knee. Good. It's going to come in towards the chest. I'm going to turn hip, knee, and toe out away from the body. Good. And then maybe you grab the foot or yogi toe, finding half happy baby. Now, if that's not accessible to you, another option is half happy adult. So a little bit less intense, but instead of the foot, you're going to grab the shin. You're still in that same hip opening position. So find yours the way that you need to find it. Breathing and expanding. Now my left leg is long, so I'm also reaching through that left leg as well. If your knee is bent, you obviously won't do that. You can also bring a strap in here. I don't have one today, but I can always have a strap around this foot to help you. Breathing. Good. So what about the universe is providing, or the universe will provide? The universe will provide, or the universe is providing, whatever that feels or looks like for you right now. And so this is another one that can get intense very quickly. If you need to come out of here early, listen to your body and come out of here early. Sometimes I like to press a little bit and pull back in. Just kind of find it where you need it. Okay. From here, when you're ready, good. Just carefully release. Extend that right leg long for a moment. And then when you're ready, you can put a bend in it if you need it, or keep that leg long. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So from here, find your position where you need to be. Is it going to be a happy adult? Is it going to be a happy baby variation? Find where you need to be for yours for 2 minutes. So I choose to be calm, peaceful, grounded, safe, and secure. Good. I let go of what I cannot change and do the best with what I can. I am right where I am meant to be. The universe is providing. How about the big one? I have the power to overcome my doubts, worries, and fears. I have the power to overcome my doubts, worries, and fears. Good. And we'll carefully come out. So slowly come out. Good. I got really deep on this side, so I'm just kind of slowly moving out of there, taking that left leg long. Good. Now I'm going to bend both knees and wiggle, wiggle side to side. So for our last one, we're going to take a 1 minute twist to each side. We're going to keep this one basic. So arms are out to the side, knees in tabletop position. We're going to take those knees over to the right. As you look to the left, keeping both shoulders grounded, breathing and expanding. I am grounded. I am secure. I am safe. Good. From here, let's take one leg at a time, being a little bit more gentle. Coming back. When you're ready, knees in tabletop. Knees are going to come over to the left, looking to the right, breathing and expanding. Another good one that helps with grounding in the first chakra. I give myself permission to step back and breathe. I give myself permission to step back and breathe. Hmm. And one leg at a time comes back in. Good, bringing the knees in. And we're going to come to Shavasana from here. A short one, but we'll come into it. So as I said in the beginning, I love a bolster in Shavasana. So I'm going to bring mine in, just taking the legs long. You do not have to use any props in your Shavasana. You can let everything come long and flop open. You can have it bend in the knees. You can be on your side or your belly. Be where you can be comfortable and let go here for a few moments. And the final thought I'll give you is, in order to flourish above, you must be firmly rooted below. In order to flourish above, you must be firmly rooted below. And returning to breath, choose stillness, Or invite movement of fingers and toes, maybe head and neck from side to side. Choosing stillness or taking knees into the chest, choosing to keep the upper body grounded, or maybe tucking the chin and lifting up into a full body hug. And choosing stillness, removing any props out of the way that you may have used during your Shavasana time. Taking arms long behind you, legs long in front of you, and reach and lengthen from the edge of the fingertips, the edge of the toes. Point and flex through the feet, bend and stretch through the hands, rolling wrists and ankles in one direction, and then in the other. And then from here, whenever you're ready, bending in both knees, and you choose rolling over to your right or left side, the side that feels best for you in this moment, taking all the time that you need here. And when you're ready, propping yourself up to a comfortable seat. Where we began our practice, my hips are more open now, so I don't no longer need to sit on my blanket. But find that nice tall sit. Notice how you feel. Palms turning up. Inhale, reach, 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 turning or touching the palms together. Exhale as you bring that down. Touch the thumbs right at the forehead for good and true thoughts. To the lips for good and kind words. And to the heart for open and loving hearts. Knowing no effort on this mat is ever wasted. No gain is ever reversed. May you be safe. May you stay well. May you have a wonderful day, evening, week, month, season ahead. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Namaste.